Rabbi Sachs's commentary on our Parsha brings three ways to understand a community based on three different languages that are used in our tradition: Tzibur, Edah, and Kehillah. Our Parsha opens up with Vayakhel. It talks about the Kehillah. Let's talk about the two other ones and then see why our Parsha specifically discusses the Kehillah as we discuss the final stages of the preparation of the Mishkan. So he says Tzibur means, it's a Mishnaic term, and it means to pile up, litzbor. It's basically bodies that are brought together. They don't necessarily have a common goal, but they are there, each one fulfilling their needs in different ways. And that is, Tzibur. He brings an example of the Western Wall. When you go to the Kosel or you go to Shtibel, there, you're there, and your bodies that are together, but not necessarily there for a common purpose. The opposite of that is the Edah. Edah is from the language of witness, aid, and the term Edah is used in relation to Korach, in relation to the spies, the Meraglim. It's the idea of a group that comes together, not just bodies that are piled up like on top of each other, but rather people that come together for a common purpose, like the Meraglim, like the spies. It's the opposite of Tzibur. And he says Kehillah, a Kehillah is a group that comes together for common purpose, but they all bring their own unique contribution. And so it's basically a combination of Tzibur and Edah. Each one is individual, and they bring their own contributions, like in the Mishkan, for the common purpose. I'd like to offer, based on this explanation, there are three approaches to how people attend shul. One approach is that you attend the shul for your own personal needs. It could be for your spiritual or physical needs. You come to shul, you daven, you go home. Or you go there and maybe there's a good kiddush. That's the tzibur relation to the shul. That there's physical bodies that are brought together, but not necessarily for a common purpose. You come and you go. Like at the Kosel. You come and you daven, you go home. Another form of relation to shul is that people come for community, to connect to their friends, to their cliques. That's the Edah approach. You're coming for a common connection to other people, like the Meraglim or like the Korach, Edah, Lahavdil. You're coming together to connect with each other. Those are two really good reasons for coming to shul. But a third reason for coming to shul, and a third purpose of shul, is hinted to in the Kehillah. And I think that's why Vayakhel appears here in our Parsha. It talks about the Mishkan. Kehillah means that people come together, and they're not just coming for their own needs, not just coming to connect to community, to their friends. Rather, they're coming to contribute. They're coming to be a part of something bigger. They're coming to bring their contributions, like in the Mishkan. And through this, the community is able to connect to Hashem on an even higher level. I think this is why Vayakhel, based on Rav Sachs' explanation, is that language of Kehillah is used in Vayakhel as we are talking about the Mishkan, because the Mishkan is God's presence in the world, God's Shekhinah. You can come to shul for your own needs, which is awesome. You can come to shul to connect to your friends, to the community. That's awesome as well. But for you to really, really elevate yourself to a higher level, we have to be part of the Kehillah, to contribute our blessings, to contribute our ideas, our energy, our kavanah, and to bring that contribution with us. And everyone brings their own unique contribution to the Kehillah. Through that, we can really bring down the divine presence as it's discussed in our Parshiot, Vayakhel Pekudei. So those are three approaches to how you understand a community. Sachs offered three explanations, and I connected them to three approaches to connecting to shul. All of them are praiseworthy and wonderful. But for us to get to the higher level, to the next level of really bringing down the Shekhinah into the world, we have to see our community not just as a tzibur or an Edah, but as a kahal, as a Kehillah as well.